Hey everybody, what's happening? Neil back once again with another quick streaming review for you. And today I'm going to be taking a look at The Mandalorian, Season 3, Episode 3, The Convert. Spoilers! As usual, I will be spoiling the heck out of this episode. You have been warned. Alright, moving on. This episode was directed by Lee Isaac Chung, and it mainly concerns a side story that I think is going to pay off later. I think it's setting up some big things to come. But we don't get a lot of our stars here. We don't get a lot of Mando and Grogu and Bo-Katan in this episode. They're at the beginning and the end, but there's a large chunk in the middle that concerns another side character on a different planet and has really nothing to do with Mandalorian right now. But I think that's okay. Because like I said, I think I see big things to come in the future here. So, story-wise, after Bo-Katan rescues Mando, pulls him out of the water, she doesn't mention that she saw the giant mythosaur underwater, as Mando didn't see it at all. And, well, I guess she's just going to keep that to herself for a while, and I'm sure we'll see the mythosaur somewhere down the line. They're both considered Mandalorians again because they jumped in the water, right? So, hey, good for them. What's bad for them, unfortunately, especially for Bo-Katan, is that they are attacked by TIE interceptors, and TIE bombers wind up blowing up Bo-Katan's home, her castle there. And then she's baited into a trap, basically because she's chasing after the bombers. But what she doesn't know is that there's a whole fleet of interceptors coming for her. And Mando luckily warns her about this, and they break off and escape just in time. Then the episode switches over to Dr. Pershing, who's been a reoccurring character since Season 1. And he's going to take the focus here for a little bit, and, for the majority of the episode, really. And he's going through his amnesty trial, so he's trying to seek forgiveness for his crimes as a former Imperial, basically. He was a cloning scientist, though. He was never really, a physical threat, anyway. So he winds up reuniting with Elia Kane, who's a former co-worker there. They both served under Moff Gideon, who may or may have not escaped. So we may see Moff Gideon again down the road. It's hard to say, because Kane mentions this, but Kane could be lying, right? We don't know. But she winds up helping him with his cloning research, as he wants to continue the research, even though it's illegal. And they go out to this shipyard, and they steal some supplies, and then she betrays him. She hands him over to the New Republic, and then she sabotages the mind-wiping machine that they wind up putting him in, next to this cheesy Mon Calamari character there. Dr. Pershing, he might be done. We may have seen the last of him. So back to Mando and Bo-Katan, back to Bo and Mando, and they wind up going to see the armorer, and Mando shows that he's got a little bit of the water that he purified himself in, and the armorer is impressed, and she welcomes them both back into the fold, into the Mandalorian Order, the Enclave. And so that's cool that they're welcome back, and they're all kind of reunited. So now we got this whole, clan of Mandalorians that includes Bo-Katan and Din Djarin. Now, I gotta say, there wasn't really anything for Grogu to do in this episode, but that was okay. I can understand the Coruscant stuff took its time, and some people might be like, well, what is going on here? Can we get back to the Mandalorian? I get that, some of the complaints there. I think the viewership went down a bit, because of that, probably. But I liked it. I liked the swerve, the betrayal that Dr. Pershing didn't see coming. Neither did I. It makes me wonder, though, is the cloning technology going to be used? Is this the same cloning technology that they're going to use to make Snoke, all the Snoke clones that we saw in Rise of Skywalker? And then Palpatine, I believe, is a clone too, right? He kind of had to be for Rise of Skywalker. So is this all just foreshadowing for the Star Wars sequel trilogy? Maybe. Will we see Moff Gideon return? Well, maybe. I think it's more likely we're going to get Grand Admiral Thrawn at some point here. They may save him for the Ahsoka series, since she's the one that mentioned his name previously in a previous episode. But I think they're pushing towards Grand Admiral Thrawn. I think that he could be the new big bad, taking the place of Moff Gideon in that sense, and really become the new imperialistic threat in the galaxy, just as he was in those classic Timothy Zahn novels. So I'd be down with that. But that's all just speculation, that's just fan theory, right? So I think it's all leading towards the formation of the First Order, that's for sure. I'm sure they're going to do something with that. It seems very likely anyway. So this episode wasn't that exciting, but I did really like seeing more of Coruscant, the city planet. It's like a major city in the world anywhere, and just like a big New York City, but the whole planet is New York City. It's amazing. I've always loved Coruscant. I just really think this setup, this this detour here a bit from the main characters, I think it's going to pay off later quite a bit. And yeah, it might even start the First Order, like I said, who knows. But I think, I think it was great. I think that fans are maybe a little wary of these detours, where we don't see the main characters, we don't see enough of the star in the episode, but I think we saw enough of them here. So I definitely think this was still a very, very solid episode. I'm going to give The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 3, The Convert, an 8 out of 10. Yeah, still recommend it. Still going strong. Alright guys, that is it for me, Neil, and until next time, may the Force be with you. Peace.